The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsh Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to learn from Tashma, which is the last line of the narrow lines, until this Tashma over here. The line begins with the word Metzios. In our previous lesson, we had asked that Rav Shimon ben Elazar says that if a person finds money or finds an object in a place where it's common and a lot of people are found, then the person may keep it. And we had asked, is this a place where it's a public area where mostly Goyim are, Rev Kananim, or even is it also even a place where there are mostly Jewish people? If it's a busy place, the finder may keep the item because the owner gives up on ever finding it. And we will try to answer this question in today's Gemara. Let us begin. We're holding Tashma. Tafshin is the Rosh Tevis. Tashma, come and hear. Come and listen. So let us begin. Tashma, come and listen. It says in a Brisa, Hamaitze mais, if a person finds mais, money, bebat knesias, in a shul, ubebat midrashis, or in a study hall, place where people learn Torah, uvechal makim sharabim mitzuyim sham, or any public place, any place where the rabbim, the public, are found there. So the halacha is Perek Eilu Metzios. The finder may keep the money that he finds. And the reason for this is Mipnei Shabaylim Misyashem Mehen, because the owners Misyashem give up on ever finding it. This is the end of the Brisa. These are the words of the Brisa. So from the Brisa we see that even a place where mostly Jewish people are found, for example, Bat Knesias, a shul, or a study hall where people learn Torah, the Brisa says the finder may keep it. So this is the opinion of the Brisa. Now the Gemara is going to explain what it's trying to prove. Man shmaslei da'azal basaruba. Who taught us that we go after majority? That if there are a lot of people there, if there's ruba, if it's a public area, we say the finder may keep it. Who taught us this? Rav Shimon ben Elazar. This was Rav Shimon ben Elazar. So the Brisa seems to go according to Rav Shimon ben Elazar. So we can learn from here that Shmas Mina, we can learn from here, this Brisa, that few B'Rev Yisrael Nami, that even in a place where it's mostly Jewish people, if it's a public area, the finder may keep the item. Because this Brisa is speaking about a place where mostly Jewish people, and it uses the same idea, same concept of Rav Shimon ben Elazar, that if there's ruba, if there's a public area, if there are a lot of people there, we may keep it. So this, we're going to write on the side, is we're going to make a P, is Gemara's proof that Rav Shimon ben Elazar will say that even Rev Yisrael, even if the majority of the people are Jewish people, if a finder finds an item, they may keep it because the owner gives up on ever finding it. So this is how we answer the question. This is how the Gemara attempts to answer the question of what does Rav Shimon ben Elazar hold. If it's Rev Yisrael, will we also hold that the finder may keep it? Now the Gemara is going to reject this proof. So let's make an R on the side for reject. Hacha b'may askinan. 1 second. Maybe the reason why in this Brisa the person the finder may keep the coins that he found is because b'mufuzarin. Maybe hacha b'may askinan. What are we dealing with in this case? B'mufuzarin. If coins are spread out. If coins are spread out all over the floor, that is the reason why the finder may keep it, because the person who lost it does not have any siman, cannot prove that it belongs to him. However, it has nothing to do Basarev, Ruba, that does nothing to do that it's in a public area. In our previously, the Brisa understood that we're referring to a case where a bundle of money was lost. And a bundle of money usually has a siman on it, has a sign that the owner may be able to prove that it belongs to him. And this was the proof, the reason why, nevertheless, we say the finder may keep it. It's because it's in a ruba, it's in a place, it's in a public area. That was the initial approach, the initial thought process of the Bryce of the Gemara of how it would be a proof for Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Now the Gemara is going to try to reject the proof. Let's write this down. This was the proof, and this is the rejection. The Gemara is going to reject the proof that and the Gemara is saying the reason why the finder may keep the money is not because it's in a public area, rather because the coins are spread out. It's not in a bundle, it's not in a bag. The coins are spread out on the floor, so even if it's not in a public area, the finder will be able to keep it because the owner who owns these coins has no way of proving that it belongs to him. And this is why the Brisa says that if a person finds money in a shul, he may keep it. However, it does not prove to us whether in a public area where Reiv Yisrael, if the finder may keep it or not. And this is that's how the Gemara rejects the proof. Now the Gemara is going to ask a question on the Gemara's rejection. So the Gemara's question begins over here. So let's make a question mark right over here, so we'll know that there's a question mark on this line as well. The Gemara asks, if it's referring to, if this case is where money was spread out on the floor, my area makim shara matzuim sham. Why does it say that this halacha, is the example in a public area? Then the finder may keep it. Why does it say it's in a public area? Afilu ein harabim matzuyim sham. Even if it's not in a public area, the halacha will be the same thing, that the finder may keep it. So why does the Brisa say that it's in a public area? So now the Gemara is going to answer, okay, let's try to reject it in a different way. Let's reject the proof of the Mishnah in a different manner. So this is rejection number 2. We disproved rejection number 1, and we're going to continue with rejection number 2. Let's make it 2 over here. So Gemara rejects the proof and says, Ela la'olam bitzrudin. You're right. The case of the Brisa is the case where all the money was in a bundle, like we thought earlier. This is the case of the Brisa. However, why is it not a proof to what Reb Shimon ben Elazar holds? So let's see. It's talking about what the money is in a bundle. However, here, what case are we dealing with in the Brisa? Bebate knesias shel knanim. In a place where non-Jewish people pray. And therefore, in such a case, the Brisa tells us that the finder may keep the money. However, if it was a Jewish shul, a place where Jewish people pray, the Brisa does not speak about, and therefore we will not know what Rav Shimon ben Elazar will hold in a case where Reiv Yisrael. So what the Gemara's rejection is that the Brisa is referring to Reiv Knanim, and we know that Reiv Knanim, even Rav Shimon ben Elazar will hold that the finder may keep it. However, if it's Reiv Yisrael, we cannot prove from this Brisa. Now the Gemara is going to ask a question. The Gemara is going to ask, there are 2 examples brought down in the Brisa where the money was found. Number 1 is Bate Knesias. Let's make this a little smaller. Number 1 is Bate Knesias, the place where people pray. And the second one is the Bate Midrashes, in a place where people study. Non-Jewish people don't have places, Bate Midrashes, place where they study Medrash, where they study Torah. So how can we say that the Brisa is referring to a case of non-Jewish people? Let's see this inside. We're holding Bate. Bate Midrashes, for study halls where people study Torah, Ma'ikal Meimer, what are you going to say? This is for sure referring to a case of Jewish people. And so seemingly we'll be able to prove from here that if there's Jewish people and it's a public area, the finder may keep it. So the Gemara answer is no. That what? Let's make an answer. That you're right. But in Midrashis Didan, The Beis Medrash must be referring to a Jewish house of study, because Bat Midrashis only refer to a Medrash where you study Torah. So if so, why does the Brisa say that the person may keep it? Not because Reb Shimon ben Elazar will hold, the Brisa holds like Shimon ben Elazar, that a public area, even by if it's Jewish people, they may keep it. We can't prove from the Brisa that this is what Reb Shimon ben Elazar will say. Rather, the Yasu Buhu Knanim, that there are non-Jewish people guarding the door of the Beis Medrash. And therefore, we're trying to prove that Reiv Yisrael, they may keep it, that the finder may keep the money. So in a Beis Medrash, if the money is found, the Brisa says a person may keep it, but it's because it's not Reiv Yisrael. Because there are Goyim also in a Beis Medrash. That is why the finder may keep it. Why? Because it used to be that they would have, the Beis Medrash would be in the outskirts of the town, near the fields, and they would hire non-Jewish security guards to guard it. And because there were a lot of non-Jewish people there, therefore, money found in a Beis Medrash, we say the owner probably gave up on ever finding it, because he knows that there are non-Jewish people there, and they'll find the money, and they'll keep it. Therefore, in such a case, we say the finder may keep the money that he finds. However, in a case where it's Reiv Yisrael, where there are only Jewish people, that the Brisa doesn't speak about, and we don't know what Reb Shimon ben Elazar will hold. Let's return to the Gemara. Let's read this inside again. Bate Midrashas Didan. You're right. Beis Medrash is a Jewish place. However, Diasbe Behu Knanim. But there are Goyim sitting outside the door for security. Therefore, it's not Reiv Yisrael. Now the Gemara is going to say, if you were already saying that there are security guards by the door, and that's what, so Bat Midrashis actually means a Jewish place, so I can say that Bat Knesias is also a Jewish place, a shul, where Jewish people daven. But there are guards at the door. I don't have to say anymore that it's a non-Jewish place of prayer. So Gemara says, Hashta da'asas lahachi, once you have already come to this explanation, that it's our shuls, but they're security guards, so Bate Knesias Nami Didan. You can also say the shuls are also our shuls, where Jewish people daven. The Yasibu Knanim, but there are Goyim sitting outside because they're there as security. So at the end of this Gemara, to summarize, we tried to prove that maybe from this Brisa, we tried to prove that Reb Shimon ben Elazar will hold that Reiv Yisrael, the finder who finds money, may keep it. And at the end of this lesson, we are still left with the question, we were unable to prove whether Reb Shimon ben Elazar will hold that Reiv Yisrael, if a person finds money, the finder may keep it or not. This is the end of this lesson.